For the summer holidays, we've bought a new board game, and I haven't managed to win it yet, which bothers me. My 11-year-old can beat me at it, and I have on a couple of occasions been left wondering, what am I doing wrong? What am I missing? Now, it may be that you feel a little like this when it comes to praying. And my hope is that as you've heard people from Salisbury Vineyard share their experiences of prayer, you'll start to pick up some great tips and find that some of the religious thinking that can make praying seem beyond you is being dismantled. I think this must have been the experience of Jesus' disciples. Imagine what it would have been like for them to watch the world's most successful prayer at work. Each day must have been filled with awe as they watched Jesus' prayers heal people physically, emotionally and spiritually. They must have felt as if they could never pray as well as he did. And yet there must have been something about the way that Jesus prayed that made them think that maybe, just maybe, they could do the same. Why else would they ask, Lord, teach us to pray? And then imagine their relief when Jesus' lesson on prayer wasn't a marathon lecture or several volumes of a book. It was a simple prayer that you could say in less than a minute. One of the most striking things about this lesson, the Lord's Prayer, is that Jesus didn't start his prayers with what he needed or wanted. He started by focusing on God, our Father, taking a moment to come into his presence, to first recognize his greatness, and then making time to pray for the things that God wants. For most of us, this is a completely different approach to praying. It's a bit like me seeing my son trying to use one of my tools and saying to him, use it this way. You'll find that making an adjustment in the way that you pray leads to more effective prayers. So start differently and then pray, give us today our daily bread. It's only 6 words, but understanding what Jesus means by these 6 words will change the way that you pray. Let me explain. First of all, when you pray, ask God to give you things. Don't try to bargain with him or earn from him. How many kids do you know who come up to their parents and say, if I clean the bathroom, can I have some supper? And if I give you some pocket money, would I be able to have breakfast tomorrow? Please? God is a good Father. He loves you and he expects to provide for you. So expect to be provided for and blessed. Secondly, when you pray, pray give us. Don't just come asking for yourself. What kind of family is it where one person only looks out for themselves? What kind of family is it where one child ignores the needs and struggles of their brother or sister and goes asking their parents for knickknacks? Jesus says, don't do that. Thirdly, when you pray, pray for your needs today. Remember, the whole heart behind praying is to be like a little child going to their daddy for help. Kids don't think very far ahead. They just assume that you'll be there to help them whenever they need it. And Jesus says, pray with that kind of a mindset. Just ask for what you need in the moment because God isn't going anywhere. Pray, give us today our. In my house, although what's in the fridge is mine, it's ours. The garden is ours. The car is ours. My kids have a right to use what is ours, a right that passers-by don't have. In the same way, if you're in God's family, you have rights. What is his is yours. And this is another reason why it's important to read the Bible. It's like looking in the fridge. When you know what's in there, you know what you can ask for. Pray, give us today our daily bread. Not daily Haagen-Dazs or daily Ben & Jerry's. Jesus' point is when you pray, don't be greedy. Ask for everyday essentials and expect that your needs will be met. God is a good Father and it matters to him that you have all that you need. But, and I need to add a but here, when I was a kid, my friends used to eat lunch at midday and we used to eat a bit closer to 1 p.m. So I used to hang out with my friends until around midday and was then often invited to lunch. Then I would pop home and my mum would sometimes wonder why I wasn't hungry. She'd made this delicious lunch for me, but I'd filled up on other things. God will meet your needs, all of them, but you do need to let him. If you're going to try and get your needs met in other places and other ways, you may well miss out on the goodness that he has for you. 6 words, all quite small words too, but they carry so much meaning. And I hope that you'll find that understanding more of the meaning behind them is helpful as you continue to learn to pray.